Okay. We're rolling.
Wait, we are?
Yeah.
I really wanted to wait till yesterday because I broke out like really bad.
Okay, you got to talk closer into the microphone. That's
Wait,
just like yeah.
we're wait.
Yeah,
it's
like
starting?
one. Joe Rogan says it's like the one fist rule, basically.
Hello?
I mean, but you don't have to. You can just like get up. You can get up close and personal
It
with
also
it.
keeps raising.
Yeah, that one you need to crank it. I think you can just hold it down.
Mean?
No.
that one?
You need like it's one of those things where you need like a screw. Yeah, you need an Allen key. Thank you.
An Allen.
That's why I would pay Marsh the big bucks. And it will like redistribute the weight. I guess it's weird. I don't know. Some science stuff.
Science.
So you said you were afraid because you were breaking out. Me too.
Wait, I don't see anything.
No, because I have a zip patch on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to put some on. I have some like in the shape of like stars and Christmas
Okay.
trees and stuff.
I love
but
that.
I just didn't. Miyoung is playing Hearthstone.
Miyoung, we are
need you to
literally
be engaged.
recording right now.
Are you really?
Yes, that is insane.
Oh, wait, hold
Okay,
on.
in all
listen, I actually cut pieces of hair in hopes that I could cover my breakout, and it's just.
In all of my years of podcasting, this has never happened.
What?
Where one of my guests is just straight still, by the way. She's looking at me, but underneath the desk, she's still, what are you playing, Hearthstone?
Yeah, Hearthstone Battleground. Let's go.
Oh, God, not sponsored.
No, but I am also really good at multitasking. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I lied.
She didn't know.
You're
we
a
were
liar,
rolling.
too.
Maybe we can restart.
Yeah, maybe we reset
No,
that
this
out
is great.
Oh,
This is
God.
great. This is great.
She does this
No.
everywhere.
Okay,
Not
well,
even just.
ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and bees, this is a very special episode of Fear and. Will is, of course, as always, not here because he had to go to a wedding or something. I don't know.
Oh.
It happens. But it's a special episode because it's a ladies episode. We heard a lot of you were like, yo, Hasan, why are there no ladies on the show? And I was like, this is it.
Wait, you had ladies?
Yeah.
It's a joke. Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
have women on the
say.
show all the time.
I've seen like good clips of the Leslie one.
Leslie has been on. I've had the second episode or third episode. First episode we had Pokimane on. We've had a lot of girls on. Why am I defending this position? This is what happens, right? Like whenever someone asks you a direct question, even if it is quite literally just so far away from the truth, you end up defending yourself, and then it looks suspicious. Like it looks like I hate women now.
That's true. It's like, no. I have them on the podcast all the time.
Yeah.
I swear.
And then anyone could just go like, oh yeah, oh I have a woman friend. Like, oh got it,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, it's messed up. Anyway, Miyoung, look up at the camera or just away from your
that the
phone.
camera?
Okay,
There's cameras everywhere.
I'll concede. You know, I just want you
okay.
to know this is a big deal because I never concede when I'm winning. But
Those
here
like
I am
hot
conceding.
ones.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I did it for
Are
the
you
podcast.
playing against other people? How does that work?
Yeah, I am
camera,
playing
tell
against
them what
other
you got
people,
going
and now
on.
I got 8th place, and I lost a lot of MMR for that, but that's okay.
Wait, you lost?
Yeah,
She conceded.
I conceded
You
for
sabotaged
the podcast.
Oh, I was about to
Okay,
say.
I didn't realize you could have just kept playing. Honestly, I was just messing around.
Oh my God!
Don't make me
Wait,
queue up again.
I can't believe you were playing ranked when we had to go.
There's no option to play unranked.
That's crazy. Okay, I've never played Hearthstone, but as I was saying, we got the ladies here. We got the wonderful, lovely Miyoung, also known as Kkatamina, which I'll be asking you about what the reasoning behind that. Okay, and we have TinaKitten's.
Hi. Yes. that's me.
Okay, so I'm very excited to do this episode. I had to basically beg Tina and also apply pressure on top of that from like multiple avenues to be able to get her on.
Okay,
You guys
really
don't understand. You guys don't understand. Tina is like I feel like I have Bernie Sanders easier than Tina. She's a busy gal.
It's not. I was just like, listen. Okay, first of all, you said Friday as if on a Thursday night, and I was like, tomorrow. I don't like when people do that. They're like, oh, are you coming Friday? I'm like, Hasan, Friday's tomorrow. Like, just say tomorrow. That's like a little blanket statement so that, you know, it makes it seem like you're planning.
Yeah, I was planning 24 hours ahead of time.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, many hours.
48 hours. Like 23.
Well, okay. Well, regardless, that was one thing. That definitely made it a little bit more difficult to put this together. But, you know, I'm only gassing this up. I'm only juicing this so that they understand like how valuable this episode is.
Okay.
So without further ado, Let me just get this out of the way. You've been on podcasts before.
I have, but I think I'm like pretty bad at talking.
No, you're not. That's crazy. Everyone I ever meet that's like a Twitch streamer doesn't realize that like Twitch streaming literally is just podcasting for 8 hours.
But it's a lot of stuttering when I speak. Oh,
You don't stutter?
I feel like I do.
No, you don't.
I stutter.
Really?
It's in your head.
And
Yeah.
In your head.
I use the word like a lot.
Oh,
That
me
doesn't
too.
matter. I suck at speaking. When I first started speaking, I was really, really disastrously bad. And part of the reason why I actually started on Twitch was so that I could get better
Wait, really?
at communicating off the cuff. Because everything I had done prior to Twitch was, I said Twitter, I meant Twitch. Everything I had done prior to Twitch was actually scripted. I would write my own scripts and I would do a green screen show. So I had never talked about
Scripted.
I'd never talked about political stuff off the cuff, and I'd done a couple debates. I wasn't very good at public speaking, so I was like, I think if I go live, have a place that I can call my own, like a community that I go live at every day, I'll be able to get better at speaking off the cuff, which I think I have. Now I can't shut the fuck up. That's a problem.
Wait, I think that's
Basically.
good though.
Thing,
It's good ambiance.
Yeah. It's better to speak too much than too little.
I think so too.
I disagree.
For Twitch
But-
streaming?
But you guys are women. That's actually what we're going to be talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Segue.
difference is in
Yeah.
perception when you do something versus when a guy, does something. But before we get into that,
Oh, yes.
this is the first ever podcast that Miyoung's ever been on. Is that true?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
You've never been
This
on like
is a
even like an
big
offline
deal.
TV?
No, not a podcast.
What?
I am sweating a little bit.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
I am nervous. I've never done this in my life.
Yeah, I can tell because you refuse to speak into the microphone.
And
Is
she's
that- is
picking
that a
lint
normal-
off of
Hello.
it.
This actually makes so much more sense because whenever we play Valorant, it's like Miyoung's microphone is inconsistent. Like I don't know if she's
Also,
gonna have
her
a mic.
setup is the most like egregious setup I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life.
let's rip
I'm
into Miyoung
sorry.
a little bit.
Wait,
No,
wait.
Talk about that
can
first.
we- her desk
Whoa.
is this wide.
No, it's not.
It is, and your mouse pad is almost bigger than your entire desk. Half of it is like flipped over off the edge. If you use the mouse, it's ramming into the monitor arms.
What?
It's so bad. I literally started crying once when I had to borrow her setup because the sun was beaming into my eyes. She literally plays Valorant.
How are you
With-
so good?
I don't know.
I'm not.
You could be godlike.
Is this
That's
a compliment
insane.
or am I getting roasted? I
That's-
don't
It's
know.
a bit of both. She's
That's
so
insane.
chaotic neutral.
You're like one of my designated carries when I'm like I need to rank up. Like I gotta hit up Miyoung because I know she's always gonna. She's so consistent. You're very good. Valorant is a video game that I like to play. For those of you who are watching the podcast, who are like, why aren't you talking about politics? We don't talk about the politics
Is that
on the
what you
show.
usually do?
No.
Oh, okay.
I never talk about politics on the show. I'm just memeing. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Valorant. As you guys know, I'm deeply addicted. Miyoung is very good.
You're about to rank up higher than me though. So
That's not
crazy.
true.
That
I
is
already
actually
deranked.
true.
I
That's-
literally deranked. I'm bronze 3 again. So
Wait,
Oh, what
really?
happened?
I keep playing without you. That's what happened.
Oh
a
God,
lie.
you
That's
must
a
have
lie.
been devastated.
Yeah.
That's
I keep
so
saying like
hard.
Miyoung, let's play, and then you just don't respond, and then
That's
I play by
also a
myself.
lie.
Okay, that is a
That's
lie.
also.
definitely
I'm
a lie.
always down to
I
play
know.
Valorant.
That's true. But now that I know you play, like, how big is this debt? Like, is it as big from like here to there, or smaller than
No,
that?
it's like
It's
here.
it's like
What?
no, it's like from there to there.
it's
You-
also like on little pegs. Like it's not sturdy. Like you could literally like rattle it.
Okay, Tina, tell me to stop. Okay, I'm gonna start from that corner. Tell me
It
when.
is smaller than your wingspan for sure. I think it's like it stops here.
From that corner.
Dude, okay, wait.
No, from the corner.
Oh, this corner?
Yeah, like
I would say it's about this wide.
that's insane.
No, it's even smaller.
What are you in,
would
like, one of
imagine
those-
the monitor arms, the mouse rams into it. Like there.
Well, you don't have to move the mouse that far. If your sensitivity is like cranked up really high.
Yeah, so she's like, I'll just jack up the sensitivity super high so I only need to move it a centimeter. Like, that's crazy.
Okay, that's insane. I
It
love
is.
hearing about setups. What is yours like?
I need lots of space. I use like the Carlby setup, which is like that walnut countertop thing that you buy from IKEA, and then the 2 white drawers. I like the way that looks. It's also, big thick piece of wood, nice and sturdy, and then also
when you rage
storage.
and you death slam,
It sounds like it's got a lot of bass to it.
Yeah.
Yours sounds like cardboard or like plastic.
I cannot comprehend why you still, operate off of such small confined spaces.
No,
And her
it's not as bad as she's making
her
it
stream
sound.
setup. She doesn't properly name anything. It's all mic 1, mic 1, mic 111, mic 2. I'm like, I was like trying to stream from her side. I was like, Miyoung, I can't do this without you. Like, I need you here. Like, this is too much. Like, I was like, what
Wait,
am
why?
I don't know.
Because I'm lazy.
That's so wild.
I remember it. Like how many different
I just
random
can't believe you
numbers.
thought I could do that by myself.
Miyoung's like, Tina, I don't get it. It's as of 3. Like, what the
Start
fuck?
streaming. As good as that.
It's too much. Mine's properly named. All my files. I'm like, this particular JPEG, PNG, whatever. I'm like, this file from this thing. I can't. I don't know. You're too much for me. Too much.
What were your feelings before coming on the podcast today? Especially as you've never been on a podcast, Miyoung. Let's start with you first.
Nervous, scared, anxiety. Even now, I feel anxiety.
Tina's reaching out to you
Thanks,
to
Tina.
offer
You're
a helping
welcome.
hand.
Thank
They're
you.
holding hands underneath the table. It's very
I
cute.
needed that. And now, how do I feel? Nervous, scared, anxious. But I'm holding Tina's hands a little better.
What about you, Tina?
I guess I'm. First of all, I just don't feel like I have anything insightful to say. Half the
It doesn't have to be insightful.
time.
This is a podcast.
That's
where-
always what I assume podcasts
Yeah.
to be, though. You know what I
No,
mean?
90%
Like,
of the
everyone-
time we're just talking about dicks and stuff and
Oh,
butts.
You
And
do?
Yes, almost every episode there's a mention of penises that we just have to put it in there
Oh,
somewhere.
why?
I don't know. It's just how it is. It's just how it works out every time.
Penis.
Oh, there
Not like that. Like we just straight up.
Oh.
Like one of the episodes we looked at Keemstar's uncensored boofing video where he like puts
What is?
he puts like a car exhaust in his ass when you put something in your butt. Yeah. We looked at that.
He did
I think he had
that?
like a dildo strapped to a railroad and he was just like bouncing on it pretty hard. One episode we looked at Antonio Brown's dick when he whipped it out in a Dubai pool.
Wait,
Which was crazy.
are these real? Or
Last
is it-
episode, yeah, these are real, except for the Keemstar thing. Allegedly, maybe not real.
Allegedly.
For all legal intents and purposes. And then last episode that we had with BB No Money, we looked at NLE Choppa's missile. He posted a photo of himself in a boxer with his like penis. You could just visibly see the outline. Miyoung is like, why the fuck did I agree to this podcast? This is the worst thing I've ever.
No, good visuals. Good visuals.
Okay.
You were really descriptive about it.
Yeah, no, he has. My man has a WMD for sure.
A WMD.
A weapon of mass destruction.
Oh.
Yeah.
WMD.
Okay, you guys are learning a
Write
lot.
that down,
You guys are
write that
learning a lot.
down.
You're picking up the lingo. So
Yeah,
that's basically what we talk about. We talk about embarrassing stories, what we've done, how our weeks have been, and what we're looking forward to. But on this episode, it's a ladies episode. So I wanted to ask you guys. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, what are some of your gaming moments? 'Cause you're both gamers.
Yeah.
What are some of?
Debatable.
Why is that debatable?
Because I feel like I play all games at like a leisurely pace, you know.
That's insane.
Oh.
You played Sage the other day and you were cracked after not even playing.
Oh, just a little. Okay, I was top frag for the first 5 minutes, and then
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
bottom.
When it counts, and it counts.
Oh, does it?
It
Yes,
does.
it
Okay.
does.
All right.
Don't sell yourself short. I think you're selling yourself short because, and I think you do this too, partially because I think there's a different expectation. Like do you ever feel like you have to be above and beyond really
Yeah.
good at gaming as a girl, whereas like guys can just suck and automatically they're considered to be like, probably decent, above average. I am one of the very few, very rare exceptions because I'm not like a gamer first, where I'm a political commentator, so everyone expects me to suck. But usually I feel like, especially with Valorant, which has a pretty high percentage of female players in comparison to other games online, other competitive FPSs especially, that problem comes up more frequently. Say.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like if I perform bad, it's because all girls suck, and it's not just because I, as an individual, suck. And so I'm like, So I always try to I always try to emphasize the fact that I do not play the game at all, because I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to represent everybody poorly, even though I shouldn't feel that expectation, right? But I remember 100 Thieves, they're like, yo, can we post this clip of you playing Jet for the first time? And I was like, okay, sure. And it was just me spamming all my knives into a wall and then killing the stage manager. You were there for that, right? But they were obviously I was joking and I was just playing around and throwing stuff, but all the comments were woman moment, woman moment. I'm like, woman moment, really? Okay. Because I feel like if a guy did that, it would be lol, that's so troll, lol. So it's different.
I do that all the time,
and that's what I was saying. So I was like, oh, it kind of just sucks that that's the expectation, that it's if also I just feel like there's always I don't know, I feel like women aren't allowed to joke about certain things because they're always held well, just I'm trying to think. I think men are often given the benefit of the doubt in terms like when you see a guy and he does something really dumb, he's obviously joking, but a girl could do the same exact dumb thing and it's presented oh, she must be serious, she's so stupid, when she's also just joking. And I feel like that happens a lot.
What is a dumb thing that you've done that people have misconstrued and thought was genuine?
It might be a lot. I can't think of a particular scenario, especially because I feel a lot more cautious these days. But when you just throw silly jokes or pretend to not know something, people take you very seriously and you're like, wait a second. I can't reference a specific time, but I just know generally that's something that happens a lot. Mm-hmm. Not just to me, but a lot of other girls. I don't know.
What about you, Miyoung?
Yeah,
do you feel pressure? Miyoung's I don't give a fuck. I'm just cracked. I don't even care.
No, I'm not cracked.
No one ever says I'm bad because I'm just fucking cracked all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. She's like, Tina, have you thought about getting better to
I have.
to defend women better on the internet?
I'm not even kidding.
Not me. She said that.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I was in the shooting range last night. I was going against hard bots, Miyoung. I got to 15.
That's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, that's really, really good.
I was watching cartoons on the second monitor.
Maybe that's why. It's better. Will claims he has porn on his second monitor that helps him actually focus more on the game.
Increases testosterone levels.
No, just it. I think he says he laser focuses on the game, and then sometimes it's a little treat. If he gets killed, instead of tilting, he just looks at porn for a second and then he's back in. I don't know if I believe it, but that's what he claims.
I don't know if I would reward bad performance with a treat.
Well, instead of that's good. Right? You're right. Tina, 100 Thieves Valorant coach. We're outing her right now. No. Actually, 100 Thieves new Valorant coach is TinaKitten's. Wait, didn't the 100 Thieves Valorant coach recently leave or something?
I have no idea.
He did, because I remember joking about it, because I was like, yo, 100 Thieves, it's okay, hit me up, I got you guys. So I remember something like that happening, and that's because Tina is the new coach. That's it. First ever exclusive.
No, I don't think I'm oh my god, in tune with anything Valorant related. I will say I think I'm more so the token Minecrafter, which is also an interesting and that's also interesting.
Let's talk about that. Why is it interesting?
Why is it interesting? Negative connotations sometimes, depending on what community you're from.
Like what?
I guess
people. Before we start on this, just remember, a lot of people that are watching this are fans of mine. Some of your fans are also going to be tuning in, but just always over communicate. Because it'll be helpful, because a lot of people don't know the context, the background.
Can I listen to this before it goes out? Oh, what?
Absolutely not.
Oh, God, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I feel like I have bad opinions.
You can't fuck up. No, I'm kidding.
Of
course, if there's anything...
I really have to, my words have
if there's
so much
anything...
weight.
No. If there's anything you don't like, we can cut it out. Plus, the second part is going to be behind a paywall anyway, which is why, you can just, fuck up as much as you want.
Paywall!
But having said that, we can cut whatever you you don't want on here, but you're not coming across bad or mean in any way. I would stop you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
I also don't want to talk too much because me.
No.
No, she loves it.
Yeah, I love it actually.
God, I talk way too much. Okay, I will say like, I feel like there is a negative connotation sometimes with like Minecrafters, just because the audience generally is made up of like a lot of young, passionate girls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes they are too scrutinized as a fan base, just because like there are plenty of other obsessive men as well.
XQC fans, juicers.
Yeah, or I mean, I don't like I don't want to say any names, obviously, because I don't want to get in trouble.
Say some names.
No, I can't
Do it.
Do it.
No, every content creator, especially in our field, has a stand-up. Okay,
Yeah.
myself included, and we definitely do have a different way of viewing people that are like Tyler Oneheads or XQC fans, even though they're quite literally stands, almost identical in every in every sense of the word. They have avatars on Twitter that are, Felix. They're photos of Felix. They reply to everything that he says. They're constantly monitoring his activities, behavior in the exact same way that stands do of other communities. But because it's Felix, like, people don't see that in the same way. They don't. There's a different perspective on how, for example, K-pop stands are viewed and how Minecraft stands are viewed. Because I think that a big chunk of those stan communities are predominantly LGBTQ and women, women of color.
I agree. I feel like whenever there's a large audience of women that enjoy something, it gets absolutely shat on. Like, you could take Starbucks, for example. Like
Starbies.
Yeah, like Starbies with the gals. Like, as soon as like it became like a thing that a bunch of girls, like bunch of teens, like all of a sudden it was like
pumpkin spice lattes.
Exactly. Stuff. It was like basic culture, or like I feel like the Beatles had a very large like women fan base audience, but then like as decades went by, like more men started to like it, and then they became cool again because it was more like, I don't know, or any like major male celebrity with like One Direction. I feel like they had like anyone was, I don't know, they had like a large female audience as well, like just stuff like that.
Women kind of run the show though in that regard. Like when you have
They're
a large
passionate and cute.
when you have a very large active female fan base, they're zealots almost, like they're diehard fans, which can get a little problematic from time to time. But I think that is what makes a lot of young artists, especially Justin Bieber, One Direction, Harry Styles. These are all people. Well, I guess One Direction is Harry Styles, right? Isn't Harry Styles from One Direction?
He was a part of One Direction.
I don't know anything about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, that was years ago. Was it high school? I don't remember.
Who were you a stan of when you were young?
I don't know if I was ever a stan of anything. I think I was I liked Baker when I was younger.
What about you, Miyoung? We're gonna get back to that in a second.
No, I didn't have one.
That's a lie.
No, it's actually
no one.
No one.
You didn't like. There was no artist that you were like, man.
Oh, music.
I wish that would be
I
mine.
said Baker.
Well, music or video gaming.
mind.
You didn't have like a favorite video game player, esports guy.
Not really. Like, I could say there's like a team I liked.
Who'd you like?
For esports, like SKT.
Yeah,
But that's just like, there wasn't like ever a specific player that I'd follow and be like, oh my God, he's the coolest person ever. Like,
I have no idea what that means. What's SKT? What is that?
That's kind of crazy. They're
No,
like
Is
you
it
don't know
weird
the
that I don't
company?
know that,
one of
Marsh?
the best league teams ever.
Okay. Oh, I don't watch any League of Legends. Worlds is happening right
but they're
now
a
in San
company,
Francisco,
too.
and I don't know anything.
Oh, SKT is also a phone company in Korea.
That's
One of the major phone
crazy,
companies.
but also unsurprising.
Yeah, that company like also would like sponsor one of our big wooden roller coasters at our Korean theme park.
But you lived in so you lived in Korea.
Really long time.
How was that?
It was great. I loved it. And it made going back to the States really difficult. I think I lived there for an accumulative 15.
God damn, that's a long ass
Maybe
time.
16.
You speak Korean?
No. But
Come on.
okay, you know what had happened to me though? I was born there.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised there till I was 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then went to the States. So I spoke Korean when I was 6 years old. There's like videos of me playing like hide and seek and I'm speaking like fluent Korean. I'm like, wow, can't believe that's me. And then I went to the States and I moved to like Colorado. I was the only like somewhat Asian person there at my school. And then there was like a lot of macro aggressions, you know, like for being even a little bit different. So I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to be Korean. Like, you know, I was just like, that's it. It's kind of like it's a lot for me. Like when they make fun of your like lunch, you know, I'm like, oh, this smells kind of weird. It's not like a grilled cheese.
Oh, damn, you were busting out the kimchi?
Seaweed. Like, you know, like little cumin rice. I was like, scrumptious. But
it's like kind of weird though, because like now I feel like you'd be
so
the cool
trendy.
kid. Yeah, they'd be like, oh my God.
It does make me a little bit resentful because I just remember being like,
yeah, now shit's popping. People are like,
is.
K-pop. I love K-pop. Oh my God, you're eating Korean food. Like they almost fetishize it.
Yeah, which is another thing. I don't know. I feel like Korea is like pretty like misrepresented and over glorified sometimes, but they do a lot of stuff right.
Oh, I'm here for the Korea slander. I will start.
Yeah, well, I just feel like there's a lot of misogynistic problems in Korea.
Yeah,
and also like
the current
really,
big boss is an incel.
Yeah, he really is.
I
don't know too much about him, but I know it's just not good.
Yeah,
it's bad.
What do you think about Korean politics?
Korean politics?
Yeah.
I don't really keep up with any politics.
How was your upbringing? Normal. Okay. What do you mean by that? Did you get bullied?
School. Yeah, but who doesn't get bullied?
Kids are mean.
Yeah.
I'm built different. Never got bullied.
Okay.
Me.
No
Whatever.
way, really?
Lame.
That's a
No, I'm
sign of
kidding.
getting bullied.
No, I'm kidding. I was fucking bullied relentlessly, and mercilessly. It was terrible. What happened? What's the one thing that you can remember? Did you ever get like racially charged things or no? I don't have to talk about it if it's too.
Really? I think if anything, I feel like girls are just super petty, especially when it comes to like middle school and like puberty and stuff like
Middle
that.
school's hard.
I know. It was so hard. I would just hide away in my next period if there was like lunch or brunch.
Brunch? Your school had brunch?
Yeah.
That's a fancy ass school. What the fuck?
Oh, is that weird?
What was it, like a private
10
school?
No, it's like 10 a.m. You know, at 10 a.m. they give you like a 10, 15-minute break.
Where are you from originally?
Originally,
Yeah.
like
Wait, just call that break. You called it brunch?
They called it
That's
brunch.
15 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
weird. That's not enough time to brunch.
It is.
As someone who brunches, no, I'm kidding. That is not enough time to brunch.
grew up in the Bay Area. Woo!
Oh, damn. That's why they have brunch. Fancy.
They're like, that's mimosa time, everybody.
Yeah, they're making little kids drink mimosas at school. That's right. Okay, so you grew up in a Bay Area. That's cool. I mean, you just have not left California.
Yeah, sucks.
Where have you traveled outside of the Bay Area in California that you liked?
New York. I want to live in New York one day, eventually, at least for a little bit,
Why?
because I want to experience all the seasons.
That's the wackest reason.
No,
Also, I
That's
feel like
so
New
whack.
York
That's
is
so
an
California.
is an aggressive version of that. Those
Yeah.
winters are harsh.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm there for it. You know,
Oh,
I want to
God.
experience the hard
I-
stuff too.
I cannot comprehend. That is, I've heard this. I've heard this from my aunt's sister. They're Taiwanese. They came to California, and like they lived in California for a very long time, right? So she basically grew up here. She moved to fucking Chicago. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you moving to Chicago? She's like, I want to experience all the seasons. I was like, that's stupid.
Is it going
That's crazy.
well?
Yeah, she loves it. She's like, oh, it's snow. I'm like, that sucks.
Oh.
Especially because I came to California for the exact opposite reason where I was like, yo, I saw all the seasons and I decided like one is good.
I get
and the rest
really
is not
bad
good.
like
But I
seasonal
think that's
depression, not gonna
fair.
lie.
Yeah, because if you already experienced it, then it's
Yeah.
like you
That's
kind of want the
true.
opposite. Like that's me. Like I've experienced all the good weather. Now I kind of want to experience crazy weather.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
just
yeah. She
You're
wants
you're
the
rich.
low lows to experience how good it is over here.
Yeah.
I get that.
But I do feel like people that grow up in California actually end up loving that shit. And I just, I mean, hey, more good weather are for me. Okay, you guys move away.
Okay.
You go live in New York for a little bit.
I will.
See how you like it.
I like New York a lot.
I like New York too. It's fun.
I love New York. I like cities. I hate how wide open LA is.
Yeah, I'm a city boy. I grew up in cities my whole life. Istanbul, Ankara, and then I came to America. I lived in Miami, and then I went to New Jersey. And New Jersey was like the first time where I was like, this is just straight up not a city. And I did not like it, but it was still college town, New Brunswick. So that doesn't count. It was still walkable, right? And when I came to Los Angeles, I was just in awe of
Devastating. A plaza to me is a plaza, not like a little circle of
plaza.
Like
Who says plaza?
it's the American plaza. I don't know. It's like I was so shocked. It's just like a little small thing with like 2 lanes of parking and then like a couple stores that aren't even 2 stories.
Yeah,
that's a crime. Whack. You have to drive everywhere here. I miss clean public transportation. You
can't get that in America anywhere, though. You're not going to get that in any city.
It's so heartbreaking. I used to use, that's why I don't know how to drive. I'm 24. It's because, like, even when I turned 18, 19, I was like, there's no point in me learning how to drive because then I have to park when I can just take a taxi for $3 that's already parked in front of my house or take the bus for $1.20 and it's, like, pretty clean. And I have a cute little subway card that had Snorlax on it because they just, This
was in Korea?
Yeah, they have, like, Korea goes through, like, phases. They have their phases. Right now it's croissant waffles and I don't know what else, but they had like a really big Pokemon phase. So they had Pokemon subway cards and like Pokemon plushies and all the crane machines.
Korea is capitalism on overdrive. I know we're not going to talk about politics, but I do feel like Korean culture is South Korean culture is impossible to remove from like, American capitalist culture where they.
It's true.
Yeah.
Being there, it was surprising. I went back recently after not going for like 3 years to visit family, and it was shocking to see stores that were still there. Like everything felt so different in a 3-year span because as soon as a store isn't trendy anymore, as soon as like there's a particular like all the clothing items change, like drinks will get phased out. Like right now it's Einspanners, which is like this coffee with a thick foam on it. I hear it was like a Coachman's drink where like the coffee wouldn't spill because it had like the thickest froth at the top. That's like a popular, but like as soon as something's not popular anymore, the entire building gets like bought out and changed. And
that's crazy. Everywhere.
It happens fast.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. There's no permanence to anything. I have more questions specifically directed towards Miyoung here.
Yay! First podcast.
How are you feeling so far on the podcast? As your first podcast experience goes, all you've been doing is picking up lint from the freaking microphone.
Maybe if I had a lint roller and then it wasn't like Tina's is bothering me right now. I really want to like switch spots with Tina.
We can switch mics. Yeah, I just think she's like you're okay. We can switch over there.
This is a first ever. This is the first ever Fear&, ladies and gentlemen. We've never had the guests switch spots.
Mine is absolutely spotless though.
Yeah. No, thank you. We can switch it. We can switch spots later as well. And you can pick these ones as well. No, you're like a cat.
No, I'm not.
Have you heard people?
This is like bothering me.
Have you ever heard people say this, that you resemble a cat?
No one's ever said that. They think I resemble more of lizard.
A lizard?
Lizard person.
What is a gaming experience that you felt like you had where people were undermining you because of your gender?
This is a woman episode.
It's the hot seat. That's why. You guys switched over. You're in the hot seat now.
Oh, well, I do think there was this one time, or maybe like 2 times now, but I genuinely just like to play games for fun. And there was like a moment when I was playing Battleship with Sykkuno, and I've never played Battleship in my life. And I obviously like arranged my pieces to be very like silly. Like I didn't put any effort into it. I thought I made a cute little like circle shape. And then I saw like a clip on YouTube where like the entire comment section is like roasting me because like I even emphasized in my stream, like I don't know how to play. I'm just going to play for fun. And I had a good time. But the comment section was really, really mad that I didn't know how to play. They're like, she's so dumb. How could she not pick it up? But I feel like if I did the exact same thing as a guy, I wouldn't be getting those comments.
Charitability. You feel like a lot of the gaming space is more charitable to guys being goofy and having fun than they are to girls, because when you're a girl and you are goofing off, like you mentioned, people immediately assume, oh, it's because you're a dumb woman.
Yeah.
True. You phrased that way better than I ever could. It took me like 10 extra sentences.
You're ridiculous, and you're doing it right now.
Yeah.
You're literally constantly apologizing for your commentary when your commentary was perfectly apt. It was astute. It was great, but you are conditioned into apologizing for it. It's ridiculous. Don't do it.
I read something that said oftentimes women say like a lot because they're so used to being cut off that they have to use a lot of filler words like to let people know that they're still talking so that they don't cut them off. I think it's true.
I cut everybody off unconditionally.
I do it on accident.
I do cut people off a lot. I have ADHD. It's like really hard for me to pay attention to something unless I'm like hyper focused on it. And then when I'm hyper focused on it, when I'm in the zone, then I just channel everything out. It's really bad. And then people think I'm an asshole for it.
Well, I heard that when people with ADHD do that, it's just because they also just feel like they're being engaging in the conversation. They don't mean to like cut people off, It just means that they're like really paying attention and they want you to pay attention by also like contributing your experiences to like what they're talking about. So I feel like when people do that, I'm just like, oh, they're excited. Like I kind of do the same thing, so I don't really think anyone's like an asshole for it.
What are some upcoming projects you guys are excited about? You're playing Minecraft. You're playing Minecraft as well in the tournament?
Oh yeah, FCC.
We're on the same team.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm terrible at Minecraft. So bad.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Because you're a girl?
That's why.
Who else is on the team? Because it's 4 players, right?
Yeah. So it's me, Foolish, Miyoung, Sykkuno.
Nice. Okay. Who are you guys going
after?
Underdogs
Underdogs event. So everyone in that event has to have never won before.
That's crazy. Okay.
Because last time it was all stars, and I think it was like winners all return, and everybody. So this year it's like underdogs.
That's kind of fucked up. They're like, hey,
it's awesome though.
Hey, lame asses, get in there, get in the pile.
Us a chance.
This means I have way more of a chance than before. I don't think it's canon though.
How does that work for those of you who don't know at home? Because I totally do. I'm a big fan. Watch it all the time. Play Minecraft every day. How would that work if I didn't know? Explain it to me like I've never heard or played Minecraft. So
you could just tune this all out since you already know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
What?
MCC.
Yeah, to an extent.
Explain it, please.
No. Tina would be better at it.
No. You got this.
No, I'll pass.
No, we both want you to do it. We both want you to explain it.
No,
I do want. Oh,
passing it.
Here, I can help you out a little bit.
Okay.
Then. Okay. There's an assortment of games, right? Like an assortment. What is it? Like 9 or 10? Oh god. God. A good chunk of games. Each game gives you a certain amount of coins. I said coins at the same time.
Oh no. We're gonna cut that out.
Cut it out.
No.
Please. I'm articulate, I swear. Yeah, you get points for every game, and then basically the team with the most points at the end wins. So you kind of like the first game has the least amount of points, and then there's like multipliers as the games progress. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you kind of want to play your worst games first.
Oh.
What are the games? Because Minecraft, if I had only played it like one time and died of lava and then never played it again, if I was like that, which I'm not, of course, I'm cracked. I kill. World. Yeah, I kill the Ender Dragon all the time, like in my sleep. Did I say the name right?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, that's the end of the game. And I know how to do it like really good. Many people are saying like you're the best at it. Anyway, but if I wasn't like that, how would you describe the games? Because you're just kind of like
it's
running from creeps, going to a village. It's a sandbox. How are the games?
So the version that you played is like survival. Like vanilla survival worlds where there could be an end of the game if you wanted to, but you could also just build houses and farm if you wanted. But like these games are like they take the the building blocks of Minecraft and then they make like mini games out of it. So There's one called like Hole in the Wall where you just have these like jelly blocks coming at you and you just try to fit your character within the holes as it like passes. There's literally like a game show, like an in real life game show that's like that, right? Where there's a big platform coming towards you and you have to like try to squeeze into the hole. There's that one.
That's funny.
They have one that's kind of like Fortnite, or it's like the circle like gets
a
smaller.
BR?
Yeah. Then the circle
You
gets...
have guns?
You have bow and arrow, crossbow,
okay.
sword.
Are you cracked with that? Are you good?
No.
I don't... Yeah.
I feel like she's lying.
I'm
Well,
not.
I don't think she's played this version before.
I have
So we have to
not.
study up.
Yeah,
we
we do have to
tomorrow.
practice. We do?
We can scrim tonight.
We can?
Yeah, we gotta practice, dude.
Okay,
It's like
yeah,
coming
I'm
up soon.
down.
Yeah, so they have like a little battle royale format. They have like games that utilize how well you are at like crafting and building. Like you try to like remake a build. There's just a bunch of stuff like that. So.
Okay. So you guys are not winning. That's what's going on.
Well, Foolish is good.
Whoa.
Mio's pretty good. Actually,
We're playing the win.
Okay, I'm trying to agitate you into like getting excited and
No,
being
I
like,
am
no, I'm gonna
excited.
freaking do it. I'm gonna beat everybody.
Well, that's just slander. We would never,
Which team
play
are
to
you
lose.
guys? Which team are you guys looking to just absolutely stomp?
There's Ray and Ludwig's team.
Oh, they're done. They're cooked. It's over. Okay, there you go. We'll Rambo's
They're
on
cooked.
their team.
Well, yeah.
Is it like, because I always assume
Isn't
like,
Amesy on that team as well?
yeah, I assume that if you're like a known person outside of Minecraft, you're probably the best in Minecraft, but I don't. But from what I understand, Jack Manifold once told me that that's not the case.
No, it's not.
Like
Some people get surprised that I'm like, some people that don't know anything about Minecraft assume that I'm good at it.
Yeah, I am
I'm-
those people.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
That's
really
incredibly
bad.
surprising.
It's just because a lot of my friends are Minecrafters. I'll never forget 100 Thieves. Oh my god, love them. But Jesus, they literally said, "Welcome, TinaKitten," and put it in Minecraft font. And I was like, Minecraft? I was like, wait a second. I'm not like. I was like, nah, it's fine. It's okay.
Minecrafter,
Yeah.
Tina, let's go.
That's true. I played it a few times, so.
Do you ever feel like you don't use your voice in Valorant or in other competitive games online, specifically because people are going to say like, "Oh, you're a girl"?
Yeah.
This is something I've heard a lot from people, and it was surprising to me when I first heard it because I love talking. I love yapping. I'm a big yapper. Whenever I go on, I'm like, "Yo, what's up? Does anybody have a mic? Let's talk." I play anonymously, but people still figure out who I am from my voice sometimes, which sucks. But other than that, like I love, seeing what people are up to. Unless it's little kids, in which
That
case
reason
they're
is
the worst.
specifically why I didn't start playing Valorant for a very long
Really? Because
time.
comms?
Well, so I tried to play CS:GO back in the day. I remember I tried to like get on and play with friends, and I had never played CS:GO before. I had never used voice before, so literally this is my first ever experience. I joined the game and I'm like, it was just Deathmatch 2, wasn't even like a real game version. And then I just go in, and then instantly I just start hearing like, is that a girl? And then like literally like a mouth breather. I was like, and then I just stopped talking because I was like mortified. And then he was just saying like the most like, he was like, I don't know. Oh my god, it just makes me so uncomfortable.
What was he saysaying?
He was like, oh, I'm gonna lick your asshole. Like it just sounded so.
Oh,
So creepy. That's
I
so
know.
gross. That's so gross.
It was
That is so
creepy, right? But I
gross.
was like,
do you have anything like that?
No, I don't talk ever.
dude, but I was so mortified. I was also like, I don't know. I was like maybe 16 or something. I was like, all right, I think I'm never going to speak in comms again because that was just like, it was too much. And I also just never played CSGO again. I was like, I'm never touching this game. Like this
That's crazy.
game is full of like nasty ass people. And then like, I was like, oh, Valorant's similar to CSGO. So I'm just, not going to use those comms. And I see clips all the time where it still happens. I don't think it's as bad as CSGO though.
Yeah. There's definitely some games, like some competitive shooters are just like, it's really bad. I think that the larger the male player base is, the worse it gets overall. It's hard to deal with. It's hard to combat from a developer perspective, I think. People report, but that only goes so far. And these are some of the things that I've heard, at least from my other friends that that see this as like a big hurdle towards making it more accessible and open and available for everyone to play. What can they do? What would you fix in gaming?
Man, I really haven't thought about it that far. Like, that's kind of a hard problem to solve. Like, because it's just the culture behind it all, right? And then it's also, like, some of these people were raised in barns. Like, I don't know. Like, they're, like...
It's true.
Like, what... It's not... It's... Sometimes it's, like, not really what you can do with the game if they're, like, at home. They're also saying this stuff, you know? It's, like, you can't make people, like, stop saying bad things. So it's just... I don't know. I will say Valorant feels a lot more approachable in terms of comms, just because there's a lot more women involved, you know, and they're also a lot more humanized too. I think Riot just does a good job at making games that
chill. They also make
want
League.
to play.
Let's calm down.
Well, wait.
Let's calm down.
My argument though, every time Star Guardian comes out, that skin line, I'm in. Like I didn't play that game for like a year, but Star Guardian came out, literally magical girl skin line. I'm in.
I have no idea what that is, but I stay away from MOBAs. I was deeply addicted to MOBAs when I was in high school.
Really? Like which
Yeah, I
ones?
played Dota, like when it first came out. So I was like a pioneer in the MOBA space, I would say.
Okay.
Because
all right.
no, literally when it first came out, I was in high school. It was like I guess you know, what is that? It's like 2005, 2006, like around then.
I was 8.
Yeah, I'm 31 years old, right? So that was when, you know, I was playing Warcraft. I loved RTS games, and my friends were like, "Yo, everybody's playing this thing, like this mod," because Dota: Defense of the Ancients originated as a Warcraft 3 mod.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And League of Legends is basically the entire MOBA system is built off of Dota, and I think there was another MOBA game, I guess, like around the same time. But it was a map. Like, it literally was just like a random map. All the characters in Dota are actually Warcraft characters with different names. And that's how like the tower defense MOBA started.
Wait, that was really informative. Thanks, Hasan.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I used to play it all the time, and I still remember like I would just like I tilt in Valorant, like, oh my god, that Dota is a different demon for me. So I one day in high school, I decided I'm never going to play it again.
Why?
It was just like ruining my life.
It did ruin me in high school.
I could not stop playing.
League.
Oh yeah, same.
Like,
yeah.
It ruined me. Oh my god.
Speaking of League, Worlds is happening. I don't know anything about League, and I always shit on League like regularly on purpose. It's like a meme in this community. League of Legends, for those of you watching at home. And Sykkuno is the NA commentator.
Yeah.
This was a relatively controversial subject.
Yes.
But you guys are both friends with Sykkuno, so am I. What do you think about it?
I had some choice words the other day. I get pretty mad when people, first of all, those 5 slots, they could make as many as they wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the illusion of scarcity there. They're like, how dare they give that limited spot? I'm like, Riot's the one that made it limited.
Yeah.
And
they did it specifically so that everyone watches the main account, so their sponsors, so they can, you know, charge whatever they want to the sponsors.
And it's also like, I feel like anybody that's like getting really upset or calling him like, does he even play League? They're self-reporting. I'm like, okay, have you touched the game in the last like 2 years? Like, Sykkuno's like an OG League of Legends player.
That's what I said too. I said that he's like not only a League player, that was his original game, even I know this, and also he was like a League video maker. Like, he was making video essays about League.
I was watching Sykkuno in high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Really?
the thing is, like, yes, I was like, I've played League since like, God, I must have been like 14 or something. 10 years. So like, I was like, I've been known, and like, I just feel like, I don't know. Like, yes, they could have given it to like other people, and I think like maybe they should have like, you know, maybe like recognize a few like notable League of Legends creators, right? That are like currently doing a lot of League content.
Or pros. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was a big argument. It's like, oh, why aren't they like having pros? They should have pros do this, like do the spectating and commentating. But again, it's up to Riot.
I will also say sometimes that's not what people want to watch though. Like, sometimes people want to see like a game that they like in the more like digestible, entertaining joke version, which is what like, again, not everybody likes the hyper competitive version of esports, which kind of sounds ridiculous when you say it like that, but some people just like, you know, games for more fun approach, like Miyoung and I.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. Like, I also think it was just smart of them because why? I mean, ideally, you want more people to see your game and more people to get excited about it, right? And I would argue that not everybody that watches Sykkuno right now is like really into League. Like, there are a lot of people that watch him because of GTA.
Yeah, you're opening up into an entirely different market.
Yeah, I feel like that's smarter of them, but also like maybe a little.
Yeah.
You know, they should also like maybe give a couple slots of pros. But all I'm saying is like I get upset when just because somebody else gets an opportunity, it doesn't mean that they're the ones that need to be shut on. Like if you were given that opportunity, you don't think like, oh, I'm taking up somebody else's slot. You just think like, oh, they gave me the chance to do this, and he didn't even know that it was going to be announced like that, right? Like,
yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Miyoung?
I mean, I disagree with Tina.
Miyoung actually, no, Miyoung's like, no, secretly, she's like, she's like,
Secretly,
fuck that.
I agree with
fuck
all
that.
the hate. No,
Should have been double lift.
I literally agree
Should have been
with
Faker.
Tina. No.
Wait, are they playing actually? I don't even know if they play still or not.
They do.
Like, I meant like, are they playing professionally or not?
Oh, I don't.
Faker. Look it up right now.
It's Faker versus Deft, and then I don't know if.
Okay, well, we are going to end the free episode of the podcast here, but behind the paywall, we're going to get more salacious with it. Also, questions that I need you to think about answers for. Okay, that I have lined up for you. What are some content creators that you wanted to meet that you were big fans of beforehand? That's what that's what your Sykkuno interaction reminded me of, or what you said about Sykkuno reminded me of, and who would you like to meet in the space that you haven't yet? But that's going to be in the paywalled episode. If you want to access that, you need to go to patreon.com/fear&. That's right, patreon.com/fear&. What are you guys up to? Where can people find you? Shout yourselves out.
Oh, I'm TinaKitten everywhere. Young. She's like Kkatamina smiley. Is it? Or do you have an underscore
Miyoung,
anywhere?
say your username.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and your
Miyoung,
social
you
media,
Miyoung.
and also a potential project that you're doing that's upcoming in this upcoming month that I know you're doing that you haven't mentioned yet.
Huh? True. Huh? Don't huh us.
Stop huhing. Say it right now.
Say it.
What am I saying? My name? Twitch.tv/Kkatamina. 2 Ks. I know. The first one was taken. Everyone always asks me, why is there 2 Ks? The first one was taken. It's true.
What is the project that you're going to be doing soon?
I have a project?
Do you not have a project?
Not really. Do I?
We're going to talk about it on the Patreon.
Yeah. Okay. Patreon.
All right. See you on the other side, everybody. Peace.
Probably.
Slurp, slurp. I'm coming. I'm still coming. Yeah, no, it's like that on every page.
Book? Does this book pass the Bechdel test?
Yeah, that's this episode does pass the Bechdel test. That's great. I don't think so. Let's get these out of the way.
It's not a book for me then.